And what was the traditional balance of omega-3 versus omega-6, and what's the balance roughly now in the typical Western diet?
Right. Well, balance, remember, it's the best way to focus on the balance is to know what the hormone precursors in your tissue are. And you're necessarily going to shift that balance by the food you eat. But when you start talking about the ideal balance, probably you want to know that it comes from the food, but you don't want to have the number of what's in the food. What your target is what's in your body, because that's where the hormones are going to be made. And I would say that an ideal situation is to have more omega-3 hormone precursors than omega-6 hormone precursors. And that's unfortunate for the United States, where the average citizen has about 80% omega-6 and only 20% omega-3. So that's definitely an omega-3 deficit, and that's an omega-6 excessive situation. And the excessive omega-6 hormones are driving heart attacks, thrombosis, arrhythmia, immune inflammatory disorders, and tumor proliferation, and depression, bipolar disorder. It goes on, and the whole thing has just shifted, and we have to sort of bring it back. And so a 50-50 balance of the long-chain hormone precursors in your body, that's a lot better than 80-20. And then maybe if you can go to even more omega-3 than omega-6, you can prevent even more disorders.
So when the average American or Australian or European goes out to go shopping, what action should they take, bearing in mind the N3, N6 balance?
Yeah, and that's where the rubber hits the road, isn't it? And so do not bring home from the market an omega-6 rich vegetable oil. Just don't do it. And so the two common food oils that help you avoid excessive omega-6 would be olive oil, which is quite common, and high oleic sunflower oil, which actually is fairly common but not widely known or recognized or understood. So there are some food processors who use high oleic sunflower oil and help you keep that omega-6 down. But just go to the kitchen and get rid of the corn oil and the soybean oil and put something else in its place. And also, don't bring home a lot of oily foods like that unless it's oily fish with a lot of the omega-3 rich food oils in it.
And is fish the main source of omega-3s?
Fish provide the most potent source of these vitamins to balance your tissue hormone precursors. Flax is very convenient precursor. It has a fair amount of omega-3, but it's the 18 carbon, and so your body then converts that to the 20 carbon hormone precursors and 22 carbon. But in terms of changing your body, fish and seafoods are the most efficient. Flax is next most efficient. And then just getting rid of the 6 that you never needed so much of. I would say we have a phenomenon in restaurants of supersized portions. And the problem in my home country is that we have supersized on calories and on omega-6. And we just need to stop doing that.
Excellent. And what oil do you use for cooking, or what do you cooking at home?
Actually, I do use olive oil sparingly, and I laugh because we don't use a lot of cooking oil. We just, we bake things, we broil things, we microwave things, we steam things, and we don't fry anything. Maybe we're missing something. Oh, we do use oil when we saute onions. My wife loves caramelized onions, and we have them. Onions with all kinds of things, good fiber, not too many calories, and a little nice taste to add to things, a little garlic once in a while. But yeah, it's olive oil, I'd say, is basically what we use.
Do you have a favorite fish?
A favorite fish? Any fish that's available is a favorite. For convenience, I eat a fair amount of salmon, a fair amount of tuna, scallops. We have seafood almost every day. I'm the cook during the week, and then on the weekends my wife cooks, and I see nothing harmful about having seafood with every meal.
Can you eat too much omega-3?
I can't imagine the situation where a person would eat too much omega-3. It just isn't in the normal course of events, and it should not have become normal for us to eat so much omega-6, but it was just carelessly entered into the food chain without anyone really paying much attention. And now I think it's really important. Literally trillions of dollars of health-related financial losses in the USA every year could be prevented by shifting the balance back towards having more omega-3 than omega-6.